Before there was Herzl, before there was modern Zionism, there was Restorationism, the effort by Christians to use political means to restore Jews to Eretz Israel, their ancient homeland. Remarkably, Christian Zionism had its greatest impact in England, so inhospitable to Jews it had expelled them for 350 years, not allowing them to return until the time of Oliver Cromwell in the 17th century. It was the 19th century that saw the most dramatic change. One historian writes,
"Between 1810 and the late 1830s, a revolution occurred. From a time when there was a virtually complete lack of interest in the Jews and Judaism, large numbers of British evangelicals came to adopt the Jews as their special concern and promoted the idea of Britain as the unique protector of God's chosen people."
Also remarkable, the pioneers of Christian Zionism were Jews, albeit Jews who had converted to Christianity. The key organization promoting Christian Zionism was the London Society for the Promotion of Christianity Amongst the Jews, popularly known as the Jews Society. It was founded in 1809 by Joseph Fry. Born Joseph Levy, he was the son of a Prussian rabbi. He converted in 1798 and set out in 1801 to become a missionary in Africa. He got no further than London. In his diary, he records a dream in which Jews were invited to hear him preach.
"I was afterwards desired to stay in London, to preach, both to Jews and Christians."
Other Jewish converts played an important role in the Jew Society. Joseph Wolff, two writers, Ridley Chaim Herschel and Philip Hirschfeld, and Michael Solomon Alexander, who would eventually become the first Anglican bishop in Jerusalem, spread the ideas of Philo-Semitism and Restorationism among British Protestants. The motto of the Jew Society was to "the Jews first," after Paul's words in Romans 1:16, meaning Jews must be given priority when proselytizing the faith. The Society's second goal was to help bring about Jewish national restoration. This was not for the sake of Jews, but for the sake of the promise made to them. According to its interpretation of Scripture, only when the people of Israel were restored to Zion would the world see the advent of the Messiah, or in Christian terms, the Second Advent. The evangelicals' view of prophecy led to a love and esteem for Jews. Charles Simeon, the most important evangelical cleric of his time, said at the Society's annual meeting in 1835,
"God intends to glorify His people. God declares that His honor and His own happiness, so to speak, is connected with the restoration of Israel, an event which compasses no less than the salvation of the whole world."
This was a sharp break from the long prevalent teaching of contempt toward Jews, which can be traced to St. Augustine, who argued that by rejecting Jesus, the Jews had lost all claims to be God's chosen people.
"The Jews are our attendant slaves, who carry, as it were, our satchels and bear the manuscripts while we study them."
The London Jew Society, on the contrary, considered Jews a blessed people and promoted a positive image of the Jew as upright, intelligent, and hard-working. Indeed, one detractor quipped that the group should be renamed the Society for Promoting Judaism Among Christians rather than the other way around. The Jew Society was a striking success. Its supporters read like an evangelical and social who's who of England. It included such luminaries as William Wilberforce, who led the fight to abolish the slave trade in the British Empire. Queen Victoria's father, the Duke of Kent, became the Society's patron in 1813. Early Society vice presidents included the Duke of Devonshire, 7 earls, 5 viscounts, and several members of Parliament. By 1841, the Archbishops of Canterbury and New York and 23 bishops, nearly all the episcopal bench, were added to its list of patrons. The Society also enjoyed the support of many writers, including Charlotte Elizabeth Tonner. In 1840, she wrote in the Christian Ladies magazine,
"My gaze seems involuntarily fixed upon the Jew. Let me but see on Israel's part a movement Zionward, and I am content. All the rest will follow in course, and I may lift up my head and look up, for I shall then know that our redemption from this state of trouble and bondage draweth nigh."
One of the main themes of Tanner's popular novels was the re-establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. The disproportionate number of female supporters within the Jew society is credited to her. The most famous of pro-Zionist writers is Marian Evans, better known as George Eliot. Daniel Deronda, ironically written long after she abandoned her evangelical faith, features a Zionist hero. Theodor Herzl would later credit the novel with helping inspire his call for a Jewish state. However, the most important Christian Zionist of the 19th century was neither a convert nor a novelist, but one of England's great humanitarians, called the most influential non-political figure, excepting Darwin, of the Victorian age. He would serve as president of the London Jew Society for 3 decades. His name was Anthony Ashley Cooper, the 7th Earl of Shaftesbury.